Welcome to Fox TV News, where everything is true. St. James Police recover 5 firearms, including 3 high-powered rifles. The St. James Police have recovered 5 illegal firearms, including 3 high-powered rifles, in a section of the Tufstone Spring community on Tuesday afternoon. 3 AR-15 rifles and 2 handguns were found in the bus on Go Peace Lane in the parish. Reports are that lawmen were conducting foot patrol in the community about 3 p.m. when they saw a group of men who immediately fled into bushes. The police searched the area and found the weapons. No one has been held in connection with the gun find. Investigations are ongoing. Grizzly End to search for 77-year-old. The search for 77-year-old Derek Reyes Lindsay, who mysteriously vanished from his home on Saturday, ended in sorrow on Monday after burnt remains believed to be his were discovered in bushes in Cavalier, St. Andrew. A nephew is now being sought by the police as a prime suspect in the murder. Lorna Lindsay told reporters that her father was killed at his Brooks Level St. Andrew home and his dismembered body shuffled into 2 suitcases and transported approximately 5 miles by taxi to the dumping site in the woodland. The taxi driver, who was questioned by police, reportedly took cops and relatives to a false location on Sunday before yesterday taking them to an area where he had dropped off the nephew with what he believes was luggage on Saturday. We go in the room and me look and me see a big stone and we see blood stain. Blood upon the door and me say, "Yes, kill me father," Lorna told reporters. She said that a carpet was removed from the flooring and it is believed that it has been disposed with the body. Clothes previously stored in the 2 suitcases were also scattered all over the room. There were also signs of bleach being used in an attempt to clean the bloody floor. On Saturday, the now deceased suspect reportedly told relatives that he was moving out. When they saw the taxi backing up into the yard, they had no idea of what had really unfolded. If we did just have a hint, when me said to him, "You see Uncle Derek?" him said no. She recalled, adding that he then said that Lindsay was sitting down nearby. When efforts to locate Lindsay, who was last seen about 10 a.m. on Saturday, proved futile, a missing persons report was filed with the police. The suspect's sister told reporters that the cab driver told her that he had also told him that he was moving, so he was not suspicious of the luggage. He had also reportedly bought $500 worth of gasoline at a gas station before he was taken to his destination. The police believe the gas was used to set the remains afire. A woman of the gas scene said that about 3:03 p.m. on Saturday, she had seen fire in the bushes in Cavalier and notified the Stony Hill Fire Department, but they did not respond to the call. According to the sister of the suspect, he had been displaying signs of mental illness for some time. Him have a little challenge, something not right, something not clicking properly. The taxi driver is his friend, but he can't believe he would thwart him on such a gruesome act, she said. Relatives recall that Lindsay and his nephew had recently had an argument over monies owed to the now deceased. Patrick Lindsay constantly shook his head in disbelief as he watched investigators comb the crime scene. "Me see him at Golden Spring last week Friday and know him burn out," he said while using his phone to capture images of the scene from a distance. Chanelly Reed wept openly at the sight of her grandfather's remains being placed in a bag, headed to the morgue. "Him burn him out left nothing. Him burn him left nothing at all. At this me can't stand. Him kill him and throw him so like him a one dog. Him a know somebody," she said, crying. The cops are urging the suspect, who was spotted in the Lindsay area of St. Catherine up to Sunday, to report to them immediately. Suspect in twice-spent quadruple murder identified, says police. Police have revealed that 2 suspects have been identified in Sunday night's quadruple murder in twice-spent Spanish Town. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson made the announcement during his address at the Jamaica Constabulary Force monthly press conference. According to Major General Anderson, the men are previously offenders who were once in police custody. He said one was out on bail while the other absconded bail. In the case of the quadruple murder in twice-spent Spanish Town, this is a continuation of a gang conflict, and 2 of the main suspects have been identified. They have been put out as persons of interest and were previously charged with murder. One had absconded bail, and the other was reporting on bail, he said. According to police reports, Ricardo Moore, 21, of Willow Lane, Kirk Barrett, 21, also from Willow Lane, Desmond Bromfield, 34, from Spanish Town, and Horace Letterman, 28, a Tyler from Oxford Road in Spanish Town, were all fatally shot when gunmen drove up and opened fire at them on Railway Lane. In the meantime, Anderson also revealed that a person of interest has also been identified in the East Kingston triple murder that took place over the weekend. The police commissioner indicated that the suspect is a repeat offender who was also out on bail. Police reports state that at approximately 12:10 a.m. on Sunday morning, Kevin Bonfield, 26, otherwise called Killy Killy, of Whitehall St. Thomas, Arville Hermit, 29, otherwise called Mr. Bean, of Pleasant View, Bullby, and Earl Jackson, 54, otherwise called Presley, of Pleasant View, Bullby, were approached by a group of armed men who shot them. The incident took place in 8 Miles Bullby in St. Andrew. Law enforcers are yet to establish a motive for the killing, but fear that the incident could be stemming from an ongoing gang feud between warring factions from the 7 Miles and 8 Miles areas. People charged with murder, gun crimes, to be denied bail under Act, Malahoo Fort stated. Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Marlene Malahoo Fort, has served notice that people charged with certain crimes will be denied bail under the Amendment Bail Act. Malahoo Fort gave the warning Tuesday as she made her contribution to the sectoral debate in the House of Representatives. I should like to advise the Honorable House that a new bill is coming. I wanted to table it today, but we are revising the wording of some clause, she said. I will say no more at this stage except that if you're on murder charge, you cannot be at large, and if you're on gun charge, you cannot be at large. There have been repeated outcry in the society as people on bail for murder are often fingered in fresh homicides, so too individuals on bail in relation to gun crimes who, whilst on bail, use the weapon to commit another crime. The police have long called for amendments to the Bail Act to address this matter. A joint select committee of the Parliament has been reviewing the Bail Act, and Malahoo Fort has signaled for some time that a bill was to be tabled soon. Authorities tackle garbage pile up in Maypen. The Clarendon Municipal Corporation on Tuesday led an initiative to clean Maypen of garbage. The cleanup exercise was conducted in partnership with the Southern Parks and Market SPM Waste Management Limited, which provided additional trucks to operate in the town for the day. We have a chronic backlog of garbage all over the parish of Clarendon, and so we intend to tackle some of it in this morning, Mayor of Maypen Winston Marat said, adding, we will not be able to go everywhere, of course, because of the distance and the time it takes to load and drop off. Regional Operators Manager of SPM Edward Muir said, along with the trucks, additional sweepers were also brought in to assist in the initiative. Jamaica to transition to republic status by next general election, says Malahoo Fort. Jamaica will transition to a republic in time for the next general election, which is constitutionally due in 2025. The Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Marlene Malahoo Fort, provided the update on Tuesday during her contribution to the 2022-2023 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives. She had earlier this year dampened expectation and hopes that the Queen would have been removed as Jamaica's head of state in 2022 as the country marks 60 years of independence from Britain, explaining that the process was long and detailed. However, on Tuesday, Malahoo Fort said a Constitutional Reform Committee, CRC, is now being constituted and will include members of the opposition. There are many steps to be taken between now and the tabling of the new constitution. I will advise when the committee is fully constituted, she said, adding that it is my intention in leading the process to work assiduously before the Parliament, unless of course something more pressing happens to overtake the start of the next session, she said. The minister added that the aim is to get the work done in time for the next session so that the steps can be taken in time for the next general election. She explained that a session is defined to mean, in relation to a house, the sitting of that house when its finished meets after the prerogative of Parliament. She pointed out that there are certain rules around what is done within a session of Parliament and what goes on between sessions. Malahoo Fort disclosed that she has already written to the Leader of the Opposition with a request for him to name 2 opposition members to the Reform Committee. I have set out the work to be done by the committee in very broad terms, specifying inter alia that it will involve at this stage the conduct of a thorough and comprehensive review of the 1962 Constitution, including the 2011 Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, as well as recommendations for reform made through various constitutional reform commissions and committees in the past, to ultimately implement an ambitious reform agenda settled by consensus, the minister said. She explained that a bill for an Act of Parliament to remove Her Majesty by altering Section 34 of the Constitution of Jamaica, which establishes the Parliament of Jamaica consisting of Her Majesty, a Senate and a House of Representatives, shall not be deemed to pass unless, at the final vote thereon, it is supported by the votes of not less than 2/3 of all members of either House. Malahoo Fort noted that the Jamaica Labour Party government can secure the required 2/3 majority vote of 41 of the 63 votes in the House of Representatives during the currency of the present Parliament, but must get 1 of 8 opposition senators to vote with the government to facilitate the change. The matter must also be put to Jamaicans by way of a referendum. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.